All right, everyone, welcome once again to our live coaching session. My name is 𝐒𝐏𝐬𝐧 I have here my sister all the way from Nigeria, Dr. Eze. And today we have a very important topic to discuss with you: how to write your own DMOs. And I trust that you are going to have a nice time. You are going to have a lot of value from today's session. So wherever you are tuning in from, I salute you all. And I'll leave it to Dr. Eze to introduce herself, and then we will talk about why this topic today.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow. So Dr. Eze here from Lagos, Nigeria, and it's a real pleasure today to be, co-hosting this to talk to social media in WAP. And yeah, today's topic is how to create your own DMO for your marketing. And it's a really important topic that we thought we had to share with you guys, because this is where you get it right in terms of your academia. You really need to be able to fit in all the many things you have to do and add your business activity is so important. And this gives you that routine that will help you build the habits that is necessary for your business success. So it's very important. Some of us develop a business that we do, which is considered part of our DMO, which we may not have been thinking of in our life. So we're going to be a lot more enlightened. Yeah, how the best way to create the DMO that works for you. So yeah, if you're on this call, do send our reminders. We don't want to explain this. We know we picked up a few minutes late. Big apologies for that. We had some technical issues that we tried to sort out for you guys. So thanks a lot for joining us. And and even if you have guests, you have prospects who for them the issue is to find how it can be fit into everything that we have going on. So this meeting tonight to really to give them a lot of good insight on how this works out. So yeah, please send out this.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So we all missed you. We thank you for joining us throughout the 90-day run. It was not easy. Most of us have seen results. Some are still seeing, and some of us are yet to see the result. This is one of the trainings and that you are going to also benefit from. So if you stay true to the end of this call, you are going to have a lot of value. Now, let's go to the next slide. Tell us about this slide, Dr. Eze.
Okay. For some of us, we are probably very familiar with this slide. It's one that we use. It's part of what we use in our BOMs, right? And it's talking about basically the significant change that each and every one of us wants in our life. Like, what is that thing that you really want to get out of life? For some people, they want to be able to. A key reason why they are going about this or would consider masters, because they want to be able to spend more time with their family. You may be one of these people, right? Or you want to be able to build your finances so much so that you can be able to get some really lovely things, get your dream house, be able to take vacations, invest more. Some people want to further their education. Some people, yes, it's really about like the health and fitness, right? So it's the products that has really drawn you into this, right? So this is important. Is an important reminder to show you that max is not something that is supposed to distract you from what you want to achieve in life. It's not supposed to distract you from your goals. It is rather a vehicle that is going to help you achieve this. It is rather that opportunity that you tap into and is going to help you achieve all the things that you want to do. Like now, there are a lot more than what we just here, but each of us, we can really think about it and have what we desire and we want to get out of life. How does Max help you achieve this? Right? It is different ways. It could even be just really growing yourself, right, into being the person somebody that is like the best version or the highest version of themselves. I mean, when you look at someone like me and you look at one, yes, 7 years ago when we started this, see, we were full blown like introverts. There's no way you catch a people something like this now, hosting a meeting like for a very, very right, and all the kinds of things that we've done up until this point. Max is what can help to really shape us. So we all have what we really want to get out of the business. And you need to think of your market business like that because it helps you get to your goal. Because it's that channel or like providing you or seeing you to get the life that you want. It means it is very serious. And we need to take it serious. Which is why the business needs the attention that you need, and you need to be working to be able to achieve your goal. So that's the kind of mindset we need to have.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Eze. So, someone will be asking, what is this DMO that we are talking about? Perhaps you've heard something called SMO. That is the standard method of operation. It's something that is weekly. Most of us do it weekly. Most of us have standard method of operation. You know that the next week you are going to a wedding. Next week you are going to make some sign-ups. Next week you have 5 new prospects you meet. All those things are there, but DMO is a very important aspect of building our max business, right? So it's called daily method of operation. These are simple series of some basic or fundamental things that you do daily over an extended period of time. So it's not just a day or two job. It's not just a day or two activities that you do and then you call yourself as someone who has a DMO, right? It is daily set of simple or basic activities that you are going to do for an extended period of time. It can be a month, 2 months, 3 months, or even 90 days at least, all the way to about a year. So these are activities that can be consistent, that you do every single day to give you the duplicated results that you need. All right, so DMO is a cornerstone for all top network marketers' success. A lot of people know this that I'm talking about, that most of the people that are earning a lot of money, they have some simple basic things that they, when they wake up, it is lined up there. Some people have printed it, they put it on their they put it on their fridge, and then they follow it. They know that when they wake up, they'll brush their teeth, they'll go and they'll pray, they'll meditate, they'll work out, or they'll do push-ups 50, they'll do abs 50, they'll do planks, they'll drink tea, or they'll drink a smoothie, healthy smoothie, then they'll read the Bible. Some people, so these are simple activities. All right, so today we are talking about some of the activities that we can do in our Max International business that can be beneficial for us.
Okay. So I just need to be sure, first of all, like somebody just notified me that there was a lot of background noise when I was talking, but I'm not sure what the issue is. Like, can we? I think what you can see the chats, right? So is it
Yes,
fine?
I just got a message from Antembo that when you are talking, I need to mute. I think she has decoded our issue today. Thank you, Anne. I am very grateful for the message. So when Dr. Eze is talking, I'll mute so that the feedback will not be there. I'll fix it later when I have the time.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Anne. Okay, so yes, I mean, WAP has talked about what a DMO is generally, right? So you also need a DMO for your business, for your max business. There are different things that you do or you should be doing each day to at least eventually get you the customers you need and the business partners you need that helps you grow your business, right? So when we say it's in the name, daily mode of operation. So these are things that you need to be doing every day if you want to get that real momentum going in your business. It's something that you need to do if you want to be successful, right? This is not one of those things like you can't be on and off in this business. It's going to reflect in your results. So you have to make sure you're doing it daily. And we're going to talk be more specific with those activities as we go on in the presentation. All right.
Okay. So yes, why do we need DMOs in our business, or why do we have to make these ones? So You know, a lot of people are very busy. They have work schedule. I can't put myself in a category of the kind of busy people I have met. Some people, they are so busy that they even forget to eat. I've been in that situation before, right? So between work and family commitments, some people don't even get 1 hour to focus on a specific business. Some people, they have 7 kids, 8 children. Some people have 4 businesses. Some are doing part-time max international. Some are doing full-time. Some people are doing all-time max, but they don't have time to do a follow-up. All they are doing is prospecting. They don't have time to make a social media post. They don't have time to even create a Facebook account. All right, so this training, or this training is focused on emphasizing on the fact that you can have some few basic things every single day that will be the activities that you are doing, and it will help you to become productive, because it's not just about activity, it's about productivity. You can be very busy, but you will not be productive. There are two things here. So this is why this DMO training is very important. Now the key is to schedule your day and do bits, pieces. If you have read this book, I think it's the Frog Fest or something like that. There's a book like that, and you can understand that when you wake up every single day, the biggest task that you are afraid of, that you most likely do it later, it's what you need to do, it's what you need to do first. Those big tasks, like there's a client or there's a follow-up that you have to do, you are scared of the person in the morning, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Those are the people that you have to call first before reading your email, before checking social media. So you swallow the frog or eat your frog first. All right, frog is something that you don't want to talk about. So let's go to the next slide because of time. Now, Dr. Izzy, I'm muting now.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So yes, I think the book you're trying to say is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And yeah, to get the difficult things out of the way, and then you feel, I mean, you'll be at more at ease, you'll feel a lot more productive. Like, yeah, the rest of your day can kind of go more seamlessly. Thank you so much for that. So yes, a DMO is really, really important. And I'll just highlight a few reasons why, right? It will help you to stay focused, right? Once you actually have like this kind of structure to the day, and you know, oh, like the activities are mapped out, you can stay focused. If you're kind of, I mean, if you just go into a day not really knowing what you're going to do with the day, things will be very haphazard, right? I mean, you exist through the day, but then it's like, okay, it's so easy at the end of it to be like, oh, so what did I do? What was achieved and all of that, right? So it is really, really important that you have DMO to help you be a lot more focused. That organization is very key, right? In different things, and your max business inclusive, you're also going to be able to get more done in less time. So it's not then that you start thinking about, oh, what do I need to do about max today? No, if it's, oh, this particular people that you need to reach today, and we'll talk about that. If you already have that in your mind going into the day, then you're efficient. Basically, you can save time. There's no that confusion. See, once you're confused, it takes a lot of time away from you, and before you know, you're done with it. And it's like, where did all the time go, right? So yes, WAP already said this. Being busy does not necessarily equal productivity. So yeah, you could be doing a whole lot, but when we say productivity in this business, it is we're talking about those income producing activities. We're talking about the things that are going to get you your customers and get you those business partners that's going to keep the team kind of growing in momentum. And also, this creates consistency, which is really, really important. And once you're able to do this, like day in, day out, right? Once you're able to have this consistent action, that also helps you to create momentum. I mean, we use this example often when we talk about, oh, a plane taking off, right? It's on the runway, right? By the time the pilot is actually on full throttle, like the speed has to keep increasing, like constantly, right? Before it gets to that takeoff speed, and that's what takes the plane off the tarmac. You can't, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. There is no way that plane is taking off. And you're kind of, for every time that you slow down, you're basically having to start from zero again, right? You're using so much more energy, take up so much time, all those things. You don't want it. Like, this is not a start and stop business. I've said this before. So you need that consistency. And this will also create duplication in the team. How do you really grow and rise to the ranks in this business, right? It's through duplication. There's no way you by yourself will do every single thing it needs that is necessary to for you to hit crown diamond. No, your team, the people who have to be earning, right? As more as they are earning, that's when you can earn more, right? Well, you need that clarity as to what needs to be done each day needs to be there, and you have to embody it as leader, and you're teaching your people, so everybody is doing those same activities, and you guys can. There's duplication in the team, and then there's growth in the team. That's how it works. All right.
All right, so there are various types of DMOs. Okay, before we go to the major categories that we are going to talk about, that is the part-timers and full-timers. These are various types of DMOs that many of us might have. So first I'll talk about the personal DMOs. So personal DMOs can be the personal things that you do for yourself, like you know that when you wake up every day you need to brush your teeth, you need to wash your face, you need to you need to bath, you need to find food to eat, breakfast, you need to those personal things that you can do every single day. Those are the activities, those daily personal stuff. So those are DMOs that we don't need to talk about, yeah, but we just have to let you know. And there are social media DMOs. Okay, so some people have a fair schedule for social media. They know that when they wake up every day, after doing all the personal activities, they do some personal development, they read a book, or when they are done listening to a motivation, whatever it is, they now go on social media to check their messages. They go on Messenger, they go on TikTok to check messages, they go and see trending sounds to see which one they can duplicate, they go and see let's say Instagram to see what's new posts from their friends, replies in their DMs, people that they contacted, the new prospects they added from Facebook. They have a schedule for that. And then these social media activities can include videos that you're going to shoot to post. You can plan a reel or plan a video shoot for TikTok. All those activities are part of your social media DMOs. So shooting a reel, editing a reel, all those things. So if it is an hour you are dedicating to scrolling, an hour you are dedicating to social media, 5 minutes for looking for trending sounds, whatever it is, or 5 minutes to check your emails and then your DMs or your inboxes. Then the next 10 minutes will be used to plan a reel or share or save reels. Then the next 15 minutes will be used to getting an idea to create your own content. So the content creation can be 5-10 minutes, right? Then making the video and editing and all those things and editing your picture can be another 30 minutes. So in a space of 1 hour, you spent time going through your inboxes or sliding into people's DMs, accepting new friend requests, and then all the social media activities that I just spoke about, right? So the personal are the things that you do by yourself, all those morning routines and things, and the food and stuff. Then the social media is what I just said. Now Dr. Izzy will take us through the business and the work DMO.
Okay, so yes, and then for business, right? I mean, we know there are some of us who own businesses outside of Max, right? And there are certain things that you do for your business, either like as an owner, part owner, or whatever. Even in the Max business, there are certain things that we do, right? So if it comes to calling up prospects, maybe getting them exposed to opportunity, we're sending them tools, we're inviting them to maybe BOM or like a physical event, or following up on them, all these things, right? Even still in the business activities, apart from just reaching out to people, there is time that you spend training your team. There's time, you go to look up your back office. There are certain things that you're checking, different things. There are different things. And if you remember one of the trainings we had during the 90-day run, right? There was this mode we could go about our business in 15-minute blocks, which we were taught, where at least it just helps you to kind of, first of all, see the 15 minutes, at different segments of your day that you could quickly snap up to do a few things, right? And also it helps kind of keep you in check, so that it's not like, maybe there's one particular prospect that you're talking to for like 1 hour or something like that, right? It just kind of helps you to manage your time better. because this is, I mean, you could always revisit that training. This helps. This is very helpful in terms of making sure that you get some business activities in. So yes, this also constitutes part of your DMO. And then yeah, for people who do other kinds of work, I mean, people who have jobs. I mean, people go 9 to 5, or other people, or they have business and just other things that they do. Some people, they have like maybe 3 to 5 side hustles and things like that. So you know the things that you do, like for those kinds of work. So that is also the DMO. That is also something you're doing daily in terms of your work. So yeah, these are just various types. And at least, I mean, I mentioned earlier that we all do certain activities that we may not consider to be DMOs, but they actually are.
All right, great. So now we are the main categories, right? So the first side is the part-timers. Part-timers. Now let me just hide this title. Now part-timers are people who have a day job. They are not doing max full-time. It means that they have several other businesses or one business aside the Max International business that they are building. They have a local business or a traditional business, or they have a full-time job that they go to morning to evening, and they have Max as an extra income opportunity or as a way of transforming other people's lives. So those are the categories. The first one is a part-timer, second one is a full-timer. Full-timers are people that Max is the sole thing they are doing. They don't have extra income coming from somewhere. Either they are selling the product to get the business, the money from retail, or Max International is paying them commission. They don't have a local business that they have established that is paying them an extra income, or they don't have a day job that they go to or a night job that they go to. Fully Max International, all timers, whether part-time or full-time. All right, so the part-time people who have a day job and have an extra business that they are doing, but full-time, some people that have nothing else but Max International opportunity. Now we are going to show you how to create your own daily method of operation for these two categories. We go to the first one, Dr. Izzy.
Okay, yes. So for the part timers, and it will be interesting to see. I think WAP, you can actually see the charts as they pop up. I'm not sure I can see them, but it would be good to know, just have an idea of how many people on the call right now are actually part timers. If you're part time, you can just drop PT in the chat. Drop PT in the chat for part timers. Yes, part timers in the house. Let's see you. This one is for you. I know it can be really, really crazy sometimes when you're working. Sometimes the 9 to 5 is not really exactly 9 to 5, is it? There's sometimes that you kind of pack with work. There's sometimes some periods of like a year or something that is just really, really crazy. So it takes being very, very, very intentional and organized to be able to pull off max business as well. Let it not be like you've gone 3-4 days, or you've not prospected one person or stuff. So this would help you in a way. So what we would recommend, like at the end of the day, know that this is a guide. You really have to initiate and stick with what works for you. I see you all part-timers. Foster, Irene, I see you. Okay, great job, guys. So we would recommend that you do a 2x5 method. A 2x5 method. And basically what this means is, yes, we know for a considerable amount of the day or the daytime, you are busy at your job, at your workplace, right? So there are 5 major categories of the IPAs, the income producing activities, right? So I'll just kind of list out what the 5 is and then explain the 2x5 more for people who do not know. So the first thing is creating new leads or having new contacts. This basically means that people whom you did not know before or you've not spoken with before, you're actually connecting with them, initiating them. So this could be something that you're doing face to face, or it could be online. I mean, we have so many avenues right now, social media, different platforms. You can always connect person. Maybe there are people they're in certain groups, certain niches. The GoPro community have taught us this quite a number of times, where you can actually go to similar interest groups, like go to like-minded things. If you're someone who likes maybe gardening or flowers or some kind of interest, there are so many groups like that around, or your favorite influencer and stuff. Like, there are people who follow them a lot. From there, you can actually see leads. You can look up people's profiles and all of that. So you can actually reach out to these people, at least initiate a conversation with these people. So yeah, that's the first of the categories. So the new contacts or new leads, right? The second is the new conversation, right? So there's new leads and then there's new conversation. So there is first obviously identifying people you want to talk to, and then actually having a conversation. So conversation is, oh, you say something, they say something back, right? It's not just, oh, I just blasted a ton of messages. That's not a conversation. A conversation is not one-sided, or it's not you talking to yourself, basically. So that is the next thing. All right, the third thing is the exposures. The third thing is exposing them to your opportunity some way, somehow. What most of us do and what we've been advocating for is the "Are you ready?" video, that 3-minute video that Max provided for us, that helps people to at least have like a basic overview about Max. You'll be able to see that, oh, there's a thing about health, there's something about the business, so it gives people an option. So you could do that. There are some situations or some interactions you have that maybe you have to go a different route. It's a conversation, just listening and see. It could be that you go straight to the health part. Maybe if the person has a health challenge, just based on your interactions, you know how to introduce that, right? Then the thing is that's the exposure is also you're inviting them to see. So that is the exposure, right? So the next thing is the follow-up. So that's the number 4, the follow-up. So once they've seen it, right? And you can, always go back to the previous trainings, if you can remember, as to how exactly the best or the most effective ways to do your invitations to get them to actually see. So you have to follow up to, okay, by the time they've seen it, oh, what did they like best? You know how it goes, right? Take them through that. There's more information that you need to give that. And then the last but not the least thing is the decision. You can't take somebody from, new lead conversation, you've exposed them, you followed up on them, and then you don't get their decision at the end of the day. A decision is yes or no. It's not maybe, it's not like hanging on the fence. It's not, oh, okay, let's talk again. No, that's not a decision. A decision is actually, yes, I will do this. Yes, I would like to try out the product, or I would like to become a business partner, or no, I don't want to do this, or maybe no, whatever. And if you remember the six question close, this will help you to land that decision. I know it's sometimes difficult. It used to be difficult for me sometimes before this year to just get to the point where you just ask. But yeah, going by that everybody's method has been gold. So that is important. So now I've mentioned the 5 categories, and thank you so much for typing that out, right? These 5 categories, for you who is a part-timer, you can choose to do 2 in each section. So you get 2 new leads, initiate 2 new conversations, have 2 new exposures, 2 people that you're following up with, and you're collecting 2 decisions. And then decide that you're going to show you do this every day. Now, it is by the time you're implementing all these methods that we've been learning all year, it makes it really, really time effective. And you can use your 15-minute blocks. So this is the trick. Sometimes, yes, we may be in our work environment for 8 or more hours, but it doesn't mean every single minute of that time we actually spend it working. Sometimes we have bathroom breaks, we have lunch breaks, all those kinds of things. Sometimes even at your desk, maybe when you kind of finish what you're doing, there are some minutes that you can still, maybe 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You can actually do these things. It can be the time that you quickly will go to social media and see who you can chat up, right? See who you can initiate the conversation with or follow up with, that kind of thing. Right. So you kind of have to be smart. You know your situation. So you can decide, okay, maybe during lunch break for some 15 minutes, I can use it to talk to a few people. And then after the end of the day, you can, okay, by the time you get home, you've cleaned up, you've had dinner or whatever, or maybe like that 30 minutes, 1 hour that you have, you can use it to finish up and hit your target for that day. So this is a method you can implement. And we appreciate the fact that for some people, it's not, their working hours are not 9 to 5. Maybe some people run night shifts, right? There are different kinds of things. So you just have to, the same thinking applies, the same rule applies. Just find the spot in your day where you could actually squeeze out. And the most important thing is the consistency. So if you're doing 2 by 5, let it be 2 by 5, like consistently, and make sure you're actually tracking this. And we'll come to the tracking a bit later on. And then if you are if you want to, or eventually get to become full-time person, at least the what we would recommend in terms of what to do in minimum each day will be the 5 by 5. So instead of 2 now, you're upping it to 5. And if you could do this, it means, I mean, at the end of the week, you're getting some pretty good numbers in the of people that you're doing. Know that these are two, when we say 2 by 5, it's 2 different people in every category. It's not the same 2 people that you are your new leads that you're going to immediately converse with, that you're immediately going to expose. They are those same 2 people that you're following up with and getting the decision that they know. At the end of the day, you've talked to only 2 people when you could have talked to 10 different people. You get, so those are the things that you have to put in place, and you only be able to measure your progress objectively if you are tracking it very, very well. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. That is the full timers. So, just as Dr. Easy said, there are 5 things that we will go through, right? Now, if you are a full timer, this slide is divided into 2. We have the full time beginners. All right, it means that they are now full time. They just converted from being a part timer to now a full time. So they have to go they have to go soft. You know, they don't have to just go gaga on it. So 5 by 5, it means that, going back to the categories here, 5 new leads, or you have to add 5 new contacts. Then you do 5 new conversations, and then 5 new exposures, and 5 new follow-ups, and then collect 5 new decisions. Now, the leads that you are going to collect, the 5 people, let's say 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐈𝐀𝐋 that you are talking to on Facebook or Instagram, right? And you got 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐈𝐀𝐋, added them to the Facebook contacts that you have added them, right? Then they are now part of your leads, the people that you are talking to, or you've now put them in the prospect list. That, oh, this guy, I like his profile, the way he posts, he thinks, I like the way he takes pictures, I like the fact that he quotes some motivational stuff. So you add him to your prospect list. You sent requests to about 10 people, 5 of them or 8 people accepted your request, and then you filtered it, and then you got 5 out of it. So that day you got 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐈𝐀𝐋. That's it. 5 people. So 5 people, right? Now, if you are starting new conversations that day, it is not these 5 people that you've already gotten, that you added. They should be 5 people from yesterday that you already contacted. So these are new conversations, not the same leads that you got today. You don't have to add it, just like Dr. Easy was saying. So if you add 2 new leads and you start 2 conversations, and you send them videos today, and then you follow up today and collect their decision today, then you've had only 2 people, right? But if you do this to 5 different people, you're going to have 25 people that you have actually placed on this DMO list. 25 people that you have actually done this activity on. right? So now the conversations can be you warming them up, breaking the ice, trying to find out what they do, what their interests are, if they have options open to build a part-time business or not. Exposures can be a video, can be a website, can be anything that you show. Now someone was asking in the comment section if we have the Are You Ready video. Go to www.goseemax.com or activeteamgroup.com. You're going to find the video, or ask any of your team leaders from your WhatsApp page. I'm quite sure you're on any WhatsApp page, and they are going to send you a link to it so that you can share it with your prospect. But when you go to the goseemax.com, I think it's the first video. There are subsequent videos, other videos that you can use when the person has seen the Are You Ready video. Alright, then the next one is the exposures here. So you send those videos, and then you can invite to see a presentation or a BOM if it's a physical BOM. After that, you follow up on 5 people who had already seen the BOM a previous day or a previous week. So you follow up on them. That's the time that you can do a third party. No, follow up is a whole training. You do a third party, you follow up to find if they have objections that you can handle. You can do the third party with videos, pictures, or your upline can assist you, or a cross line or sideline can assist you to do the third party, right? Now the 5 decisions that you are going to take or collect from that, the people that had already seen the presentation, you've done exposures, you followed up on them. The decisions can be yes or no. So yeses can be decisions, no's can be decisions. You don't have to be too attached to a particular result. You don't have to wait for yeses before you call them decisions. All right, by the end of this training, I'm going to show you how some people's DMOs are. Now the 10x5 can be done by people who are full-time pro. All right, full-time professionals. So people that are in the game, that they want to take things to the higher level. Probably these people can be silvers and above. All right, they have been full-time for some time, about 6 months to 1 year. They've already done a lot of activities. They've had about thousands of people, like Dr. 𝐒𝐏𝐬𝐧 during the 90-day, I think during the warm-up session, she got like 1,000 people, and I was so amazed. I'm like, hey, how is she doing this? 1,000 people in a space of 30 days or so, and I was not even close to 400, you know. But I got an inspiration from it. When you see full-time pros like Dr. 𝐒𝐏𝐬𝐧, you can get inspiration from the activities that they are doing. So 10 new leads, 10 new conversations, 10 new exposures, 10 new follow-up, and 10 new decisions. You can print them and put them on your wall, and then you can be ticking them. All right, by the end of this training, we are going to share a PDF on the WhatsApp group, on the WhatsApp groups, or on the Facebook group, that you can have access to a PDF that you can print to follow through if you are a full-timer or a part-timer with the concept that we are training about today, so that you print which one it's for you. If you're a leader, bronze and above too, you can just download the tool and share it on your WhatsApp pages so that they can also have access to it. So that is it. Full-time professionals, 10 leads, 10 new conversations. These are new people. So every day you should be able to talk to 10 new people to get them on your prospect list. Try to warm 10 new people, expose 10 new people to the opportunity or videos or BOM, whatever it is. Follow up on 10 new people, do third party, and then handle objections and collect 10 new decisions. So if you are done with 6 new decisions and the day is coming to an end, you need to what? Now get back to whoever you are talking to, so that you can tick it for the day that, oh, I'm done. I've collected, even if it's a no. If they say no, you know it's a no for now, right? So you know that I've collected 10 new decisions today. 5 of them are yeses, 5 of them are no for now, or 2 of them are next week's. So it's still a decision. They said yes, and they are saying next week, right? Good. Now let's go to the next slide. Dr. 𝐒𝐏𝐬𝐧.
Okay, yes. So this DMO, I mean, we've kind of hinted at it already, but yeah, you know, you have to be specific with the numbers. You don't want like any erratic nature in the business. It will not be one in this category today, three in this other category. Everything is just all over the place, anyhow. No, the numbers have to be specific, and you're actually tracking it, right? So there's that frequency. So, oh, I'm doing a 2 by 5. It's 2 by 5. You know what it is that is your aim for each day, and yeah, it's not vague. You're doing it, and the frequency is same. So your activity is clearly stated, right? We've said it already. You see it boldly on your screen. New leads is new leads. New conversations, new conversations. So the activity is there. And then accountability. Now this part can trip people up, right? I mean, the first person that you need to be accountable to is yourself. Obviously, you need to be accountable to yourself. By the time you've thought about it, you've looked through your day, and then you've decided, oh, this is what I want to do. Oh, I want to do the 5 by 5, right? This accountability is very important. During the 90 days, we learned about how to set up accountability systems. I mean, Eric, with his whole fitness journey, had like 9 levels of accountability. Even amongst us, we were told it was part of the exercises, oh, be accountable. I know some of us have done set up like accountability groups, and there are different things that we are doing. But yeah, this part can trip you up. If you're somebody, oh, probably me, you live in your own house, nobody's watching you, you think you can lounge, when you've not completed the activity for the day, you got distracted by something else, and it may not even be like something flimsy. Like it's not like it's just, oh, I was just sitting around watching TV or anything. Sometimes, I mean, and a good deal of the time, what is distracting us are really important things, like you said, like maybe things in our work DMO, our personal DMO, all those kind of things, or attending to family, before you know, yes, we've fallen off the wagon. So this accountability is very, very important. What I would suggest, there are different levels you can put, right? You could tell your family to help out, you could get different people to help out, but one thing that is key, right? There's something really special and effective about people who are on the same journey with you and trying to do the exact same thing with you, right? You guys are heading towards a common goal. So it's good to be able to have accountability groups like with such people. So, oh, you have, let's say you're a part timer, you know another part time person, right? Maybe people's job is similar or your work hours are kind of similar, but you guys want to do the same thing. Let's say do 5 by 5 because, oh, you want to be able to grow the business so well such that you can transition and become full time, and maybe that is your aim, right? Since you guys have similar goals, you can decide to set up accountability. And our advice, not just one person, because with that, if that person becomes unavailable, maybe ill or something happens at any time, then your accountability system has kind of crumbled and you're just left with yourself, and you know you can't just trust yourself 100% like that. So what I would advise is make it a group. I think a group of 5 is fairly solid, so that in case one person or 2 people somehow become unavailable for whatever reason, at least you have 2 other people. So yeah, this is part of the work you need to do. Really reach out. And it must not be somebody in your team. It doesn't have to be your upline. Your upline can be accountability partner for everybody, especially when the person has a large team or something like that. Go cross line. I mean, just people, especially if you've really been in Max for a while, people that you can really rally around with. And if you're a new person, right, no worries. There are other new people too, like you. Maybe you want to start from 2 by 5. There are people who will be swimming in the same level of activity. So yes, just find them, speak with your upline. Your upline can give you guidance, or your team leader will be able to direct you. But this accountability is so key. It's so key. The distractions in life are so many right now, so many. And trust me, even us, the pros, as they would say, even we get distracted, right? You have to kind of do a course correction every single time. So yeah, that accountability is really, really important.
Now let's look at some examples of some DMOs. Okay, let me just take this text off the screen so that you can see. So these are some examples of DMOs from some people. All right, so if you look at it, someone said he wakes up, chat, personal development, they post on IG. So you can have something like this. This person is following up on 10 people, following up on 10 VIP, can be maybe premier packs. They are connecting to 5 people, they are following up. So obviously this person has it mixed up, 10 by 5. Some of them are 5 by 5, you know. And then there's another person too here, says that his DMO, he reads 10 pages, personal development, daily workout, 30 minutes, 10 minutes devotional, social media posts, 10 people's posts, birthday, etc. And then they post to empowerment or encouragement or inspirational or funny posts daily from that specific time. So the point here is that I'm trying to show you how people are doing it. Some of us work best when we see the way other people design their own. You can have it in a tabular form where it's just like the one that we are going to send it to you on the Facebook group. You will just print it. It will be in a table. You just fill it in the activities. Let's say you're a part-timer. Your sheet says that 5 new leads, 10 new leads. So when you are done that specific day, you just take it. It will have Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Sunday. So Monday, if you are done with the 5, you cross it that you are done with the 5. If it's 4 that you did, it's okay. Use pencil to write 4. When you're done with 5, then you clean it and write it with ink. All right. I had a similar one that Crown Diamond Chris Jingras gave to me. So I used to do it, then I'll send it to him to follow up all the way to the time that I hit diamond. All right, I think that's, I need to let him know so that we can review that one, because it's quite old now, and most of the things that we've learned through this accelerator program can be added. And these are other people's own. Someone has a whole whiteboard, marker board that he does his own on daily method of operation. So he just cleans it every single day, and then the next day he'll write his own. This is also a perfect idea. If you are good with technology, you can write your own on your phone or on your laptop, just as Antembo does. All right, so these are some of the things that people do. Let me show you the other. Someone also does it like this. All right, if he has 5 new contacts, if it's 1 new contact, he will just give 1 stripe, 2, 3, 4. When you get to 5, he will cross it. All right, when you get to, so this, obviously this person had what, 15 new contacts 18th of April, that was on the Monday. And then he followed up on how many people? 5, 5, 5, 2, 17 people. He had 3 new conversations. So obviously, if you can see from here, you see that these are not the same people that he is talking to, right? It shouldn't be the same people. New exposures too, 1, 2, 3, and the red ink should show something. I don't know why, but that person knows why the red ink. Maybe it's a positive follow-up or it's a negative follow-up. That's why it's a red ink. Okay. So maybe that's 1, 2 is. You can just tweak it, find your ways around it, make it nice and all. All right. So some people on the right side here, some people do Facebook Live, they post a reel, they do 30 conversations. Whatever you do, the most important thing is that you keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. All right. Good.
Yeah, so well said. I mean, I'm with the people who do the whole tally thing, right? They do. I don't know if you can actually see this, but yeah, I'm the one that, okay, once I do it, because I don't want to have to start going back and counting. So when I do it, I just, yeah, I'm very traditional like that. Me and my book. That's how we respect things. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, we don't want this to be something that is overwhelming. Your DMO is not supposed to be overwhelming. It's supposed to take away your stress, not add to it, right? It's supposed to help you kind of be organized. It's supposed to help you feel good about yourself, feel like, yes, you were productive in different things in the day, including your max business. So make sure it is one that works for you. At the end of the day, it has to be what works for you. We've given suggestions, recommendations, guidelines as to how to go about it. At the end of the day, it has to be what works for you. But let it not be that, oh, WAP said, Dr. Easy said, oh, this one, and then you now start, maybe you said that you give 5 by 5 a go, and then the days are going by, it seems like you can't catch up, and then you'll be feeling awful with yourself. Please, that's not the point. If it's 3 by 5 that you can do the 3 by 5. At the end of the day, you will still have made progress. By the time
one by one, you still have to move.
Yeah, so it's important that you just figure out what works for you. And please, please, this is not a still we said this is not a start and stop business. Your DMO is not a start and stop thing either, right? Yeah, you may need to tweak, adjust. Obviously, if you're starting something new, it will not just go smooth like that, right? But make sure you don't quit. Don't do the thing for 5 days, 1 week. You say, oh, because you've not been getting yes decisions, or recruits are not flying in, customers are not buying for you, that this thing doesn't work, or you feel a bit tired because it's a new activity you're introducing and you say no, you stop. Once when we started that 90-day run, right? With the level of activity we did in that first week, I could not believe myself. It was almost like I had not even started Max business. That's what it felt like, right? It was so much happening. But we did not go, and I'm sure if for all of us here who did partake in the 90-day run, I'm sure that it was to an extent it was a lot, and you may have felt like this is so much activity. But I mean, notice that you adjusted over time, right? You don't just feel like, okay, no, this thing I can't do this thing, and then you just quit. No, please make sure you do not quit in the first week of starting, and make sure that you don't allow yourself get so stressed out and overwhelmed. Tweak it where you need to tweak it. Seek out advice. Your accountability group, you guys should discuss with your upline, discuss with your leadership. Just do what you can. I mean, can work for you. And even with this whole accountability and all of that, right? Another thing you guys can do to help like keep yourselves on track, you could actually do, what we would call power hours, right? I know some teams do that where, oh, okay, you guys just decide, okay, from this time to this time, or let's just kind of be online, let's kind of be seeing ourselves, maybe on a Zoom call or whatever, but let's just come together and know that, oh, in this time, we are reaching out to this number of people, like we're doing everything according to our DMO, and then there's progress, right? So do what you can, basically, to make sure that this is a success.
All right, great. So do what you can to make sure what you are doing is a success. Now focus on activity, not results. Some of us will be too overwhelmed first, and when we do the activities and the results are not coming, you will start becoming depressed. Anxiety will catch in, and then it will send you to a position of no activity just because you are not seeing the results. It's like giving someone 𝐒𝐏𝐺 and you expect them to grow taller. It's not going to happen. You give someone 𝐒𝐏𝐺 and there's a wound that's on their leg. In 5 minutes, you want it to heal. That's not going to happen. It's not a magic pill. It starts internal. It's a gradual process. If you've been following the trainings that we did from day 0 all the way to day 101, you realize that we kept saying that it's not about the physical result. It's not about the volume that you see in your back office at now. It matters, yeah, but the internal results, some of us have changed. The way we even think has changed since we started joining this 90-day run. You can attest to that fact that after you watch about 3 or 4 videos, the way you are building your business has changed. The way you even interact with people online, the way you type on your WhatsApp group, the way you chat with prospects, the materials you send to them, they've changed, right? The same way we are talking about here. Focus on the activities that you are going to do on the board, your DMO, the list of the things that you are going to do. Don't look at the results. Just follow this guy. Sometimes you have to turn off your brain and then do the activities. If you put on your brain will say, my guy, this thing that you do, you see the result, no, they come. Now you start doubting yourself, you start getting depressed. You be like, oh, I've prospered this whole 30 days. I have spoken to 1,000 people. No one has signed up yet. You don't know what's coming. All right, you don't know what's coming. That's how planes move. When it starts, it is a momentum, right? It is a momentum. When you start, you stop, you start, you stop. You're not going to create that enough momentum that can you not create enough activity to get you the momentum that you need, and it's momentum that will bring the results. If you do the good activities, you become productive. But sometimes the productivity will not be seen. You'll be doing activities, you'll be sweating, you will see, you'll be growing hair, you'll be growing trees. You realize that you look at it. There was one time I even looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what am I doing to myself? I need to go out and breathe. Sometimes you'll be making too many calls. It's okay to take a break, but don't miss the days that you have activities on the board. It's okay to rest, it's okay to take some naps. All right, this evening I think I wanted to talk to Dr. Izzy before our call, and then she said that there is a specific time that she has to take some power nap. I respected that because I also do the same thing. Sometimes you do activities and she has to at least unfreeze her brain. Sometimes you need to unwind. It is all okay, but don't miss the goal here. Focus on the activity. If you just focus on the results, you get depressed if the results are not forthcoming as you want it to be. Right, this is a very big mistake that most distributors make. They do the DMOs for a few days and expect to get massive results, and when the results do not come, then they quit. Right, result in Max International takes time. You are not going to get rich quick. Right, that's not what you want here. If you want to get rich quick, you would find other shady ways to do that, but that's, you want to build it right, transform people's health with your product and change more people's lives. That is why you are here. So let's focus on the activity and the result will show.
Yeah, so
All right.
It's really important to trust the process. This is not always easy to do. I mean, Wap has given his own story. Don't worry, he has heard from me a number of times. Anne has heard from me. Friend people have heard from me when I decide to be whiny about I'm doing so much activity. Why is the result not just flowing like that? See, we all have moments where you feel like, oh, we should be getting out more. There's some periods like that, but you don't stop. You don't know, or when you're going to strike that goal. You don't know when you're going to have that new business partner that just changes everything. Like, you can't stop the activity. In fact, stopping is what would ensure that you don't get the success that you want. So make sure that continue being in activity, and just be patient. Give it time. Like, people, I mean, the plane takes off eventually, right? It may not be at the same speed that maybe your crossline or somebody else is giving, but you have to keep at it. And then some people, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes they kind of throw this I think they've thrown this question in the accelerator group a number of times, where it's like, okay, how long did your person have to talk to you before you decided to sign up? And you see some people, it took years. These people that are now like, oh, really fired up for business. I mean, they're part of accelerator program and all those kind of things. And the same applies to people. Here in Max, I'm sure there are people, right? For me, that wasn't my case. Like, within maybe, I don't know, a month, 2 months of saying it, like, I decided, okay, I wanted to be part of this. But for some of us, right, it took a lot more months or even years. See, different people, different speeds, and timing has to be good for people as well. So don't split it too much. You should make sure that you're always in activity, you're following up with people. And we say follow up must not just always be max business kind of talk. I mean, you can just check in with somebody. Like, follow up does not have to be all business. But people will just be sick of you, right? And maybe just ghost you or block you or something. So yeah, you have to kind of, don't be too like so result focused and very don't allow it to stress you out too much. Even when you notice sometimes that you're getting like stressed, I mean, that's why we have the fun aspect of Max, right? You have to infuse a little fun. We work, right, to earn, but then we also have fun. We play and all of that. So it's really, really important. I hope you guys have found this section to be helpful. I really do hope you found it to be helpful. And the idea is that you could create a system for you, a DMO for you, like really set up that system in place. Something that your team too can duplicate. And when we say duplicate, we don't mean that if you are doing 5x5, it means everybody in your team must do 5x5. No, like, we've established all our situations. We have different situations. Some people part-time, some people full-time, and even within that, I mean, some people have families, some people stay alone. There's different kind of situations. So at the end of the day, the activities are the same. It's the new leads, new conversations, new exposures. Those activities remain the same. That's what makes you the money. But then, the frequency, the actual number for these things is what is different. But just ensure that you're doing this as the new people are coming. You're showing them exactly what needs to be done. This is the system that needs to be done wherever they are in the world, right? this is the same principles that apply. And when you do this, you'll see that, yeah, things will definitely get better in business. We want May to be a magnificent one for us all. And yeah, you can come back to this training, look through it, and yeah, create that DMO that works for you. That's really all we want. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. WAP, have any concluding words?
All right, guys, so we appreciate your time. We want to say thank you all for tuning in. It has been an amazing session, even though in the beginning we had some few technical challenges. Some of you came to our rescue, so thank you all, and thank you all the leaders that joined. I saw Mike LeBron. On it, and we appreciate your time. And Tembo, Luz Ortiz, Bridget Archer, Irene, everyone. I can't mention all your names, and I want to say thank you to my sister all the way from Nigeria, Dr. Easy, for such an amazing delivery. We appreciate your time. This is going to be a wonderful training that is timeless. You can come back to it anytime, refer your team members to it. If you're watching it as a replay, you can type replay so that if you have any questions, anything that you need, we can continue the conversation after this live. We can only do so much because of limited time, because of it's online. We can't spend so much time here, but we can continue chatting. And I hope that this time has been worth it for you. If you have any further questions, my DM is open. Dr. 𝐒𝐬𝐧's DM is open. Your WhatsApp group, the Facebook group, Crown Diamond Global Impact, wherever it is that you find us, just reach us, and we are willing to assist and help you draft your own DMO that is going to help you be productive. That is the goal here. All right. I hope that with all the challenges happening in the world, you are going to come out successful. You are going to come out thriving, because you are a different kind of person. I believe in you, I love you, and I cherish you. Stay awesome, stay sweet, and bye for now. Bye bye, everyone. I can see all your comments. Thank you.
Max space, why you think with this grind all day? Max space, lifestyle, boss living all day. Max space, yeah, Charlie, Max space. Everybody knows, say Max space.